that they gave you a while back? They're back now administering the actual lesson based on the results of what they learned about you and what you know about the subject. Okay? Write it up.
Okay, so my name is Miss Dewey. That's the person up here.
I'm Miss Rose.
We're going to have you guys work in groups. So I know we kind of have your chairs turned around when you got in here. So if you can remember where your chair was, can you move back to where it was when you got in here if you moved it? Right there. So yeah, you guys will be a group of 3 here. Group of 3. 2 is fine. Okay, so 2 or 3. And you can sit here or here. Awesome. Everybody needs a pencil and then their packet if they move. So you have your packet and a pencil. That's it. One right there and that's it. There we go. Okay. So if we need your attention, you're working on something and we need you to stop and come back and give us your attention. We are going to say macaroni and cheese, and then you guys are going to stop what you're saying. You're going to stop what you're doing and say everybody freeze. When we practice, you're going to put your hands in the air, drop what you're doing, and say everybody freeze. So macaroni and cheese. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, how many of you do chores at your house?
I have to and I don't get paid.
Okay, awesome. How many of you do the laundry? Okay, so I did laundry when I was a kid, but my mom would wash everything, and then it was my job after it was all done to bring it back upstairs and separate it and fold it. But my mom always told me that if I folded the laundry first, like I would get it out of the dryer, that if I folded it and then put it in the basket, that it would actually weigh less when I would carry it back up the stairs. What do you guys think about that?
No.
No? Do you think that if I folded the laundry, that it would actually weigh less? Because if I don't have to carry something so heavy up the stairs, I want it to be lighter. So I have to think about that. How many of you guys think that the laundry is lighter after you folded it in the basket? Raise your hand if you think that the laundry is lighter if you fold it. How many of you think it's not? How many of you think it weighs the exact same? Okay.
What about if it would be heavier if it was crumpled? If you were just taking it out of the dryer and throwing it into the basket, would it have been heavier or the same? So we're going to go ahead and try this with a towel and some gram blocks. So we're going to see how much this towel weighs using this scale.
This is exactly what you guys are going to be doing in a few minutes. So if you want to look up here.
Okay, so
If you can't see, you can stand.
we
Just
have
like your best.
112 grams right here. And that's how much one towel weighs folded. And then, so you guys are going to do your investigation on different materials, and you're going to see if changing those materials makes it weigh more or less, or if it weighs the same. At the end of our investigation, we'll weigh this towel again, and we'll crumple it up and weigh it and see if it weighs the same. Because eat this. Oh, you think so?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Show me what you need. You guys can each take a piece of paper. Pass it out. Okay. So do you think that this piece of paper, all empty and flat, weighs the same as if I crumpled it up?
Yeah?
Yes. Do you think it weighs more if I crumple it up?
No. Try it.
Yeah, try it. Hold one flat piece of paper in your hand and one crumpled.
Then we can just use this.
You don't have to put it in the scale, just with your hands.
Yeah.
Don't tilt it.
Oh my gosh.
So thumbs up if you think it weighs the same. Thumbs up if you think it weighs the same.
This feels as weight.
Thumbs down if you think it's different. Alright, so we have this investigation question, and it is, does changing an object's shape change its weight? So, like I said, you guys are going to test a couple materials and see if it changes its weight. But first, you guys, I want you to make a prediction based on what we talked about. So, on your worksheet, you have the same handout right here. Okay. So, the phrase, it starts out, I think changing an object's shape blank. So here you would write, I think changing an object's shape does impact its weight or does not impact its weight. And then the next one you would write why.
Okay.
Because you saw it.
I don't think everybody heard that. Let's look at our worksheets. Can you repeat that?
Yeah.
Right here. Number 1.
So in the first blank you're going to write if you think changing an object's shape changes its weight or not. So you would say, I think changing an object's shape does or does not change its weight. And then the next blank, we're going to write why. Like, because you saw it with the paper, because you've seen it at home, you've done laundry at home, you've felt 2 objects and they feel the same or they feel different when you change them. So go ahead and write your predictions down.
Make sure your name is at the top of your page.
So why? What have you seen or done in the past that makes you think that?
You could just say, I felt the paper, and I think that it made me sick.
Yep, I'm going right after that.
Okay. So you could say, because I felt the paper, and it felt the same. Everybody check right now. Is your name on the top of your paper? Everybody check. Okay. Oh, we're not going to do that quite yet. That is super good thinking, and I really like that. But not yet. Okay.
Does anyone want to share their predictions as a class? Okay, go ahead and share.
I think it will not make a difference.
Why?
Because I've seen it at home when I was like 6.
Good.
I think it doesn't change because we tested it and like nothing, it was the exact same. Also because it's still the same. If like they're 2 pieces of paper, they're the exact same size, and they're the exact same kind of paper. So they're the same mass. So changing the shape of it won't change the mass if you don't take anything off.
Wow, that's really good. That is really good. I like these maps. Anyone else want to share?
I said it won't change. It's because if you hold a piece of paper and it's hold a piece of paper, it's like you said, it's the same thing. Unless you put something on top of that paper, then it can make it lighter.
Good. Did everyone hear what she said?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and pass out some of the materials you guys are going to use. Don't touch the materials, just leave them at your desk. Make sure not to put the materials in your mouth. We're just going to be weighing them, okay?
Okay, I'm going to show you guys what these are first. Can you turn to the next page in your packet? are called gram blocks. Each one of them has a number on it, and that represents how many grams each block weighs. So how many is this one? 20. So when you're adding, you're going to add the numbers that are on each gram block. Okay, so this is how you're going to weigh your materials. These are your blocks. So that's in the graph or in the chart here, blocks. You have pipe cleaners. You have Play-Doh, which is blue, paper, and you have clay. There's going to be less clay, and it's not going to be blue. So that's how you know the difference between your Play-Doh, and your clay. Okay? So everybody's going to get a bag that has the same materials in them.
Okay. And what you're going to do is first, you're going to take the materials and you're going to weigh them. And you're going to measure the gram blocks in one side. So let's do an example. So I'm going to take this Play-Doh and I'm going to first weigh it and weigh out the number of gram blocks. Then I'm going to change, I'm going to write that down, and then I'm going to change this, the Play-Doh, and then weigh it again. Okay?
Can I have you repeat those directions? Because I think this group back here wasn't quite listening.
Somebody want to repeat?
Group in the back, can they repeat anything?
I'll go ahead and say it again. Okay, what we're going to be doing is, first you're going to take the material and you're going to weigh it with the bag. So you're going to put the material on one side, and then you're going to take the gram box and weigh however many until it's even, so the scale's even.
And how will we know?
Can you tell me?
Because our scales have like these pointy like arrow things, and when they line up, then that means they're even.
Yeah. So when the arrows match up, that means it's even. And then however you count the number of gram blocks you put here. So if you put 2 20s, you say 40, and you write it in here, and then you draw a picture of the object in the next blank on your handout. And then change the material. So at first it was flat. Now I'm going to change it into a ball, and then I'm going to weigh it again. And then you weigh it again, draw a picture, and then write the reason why it changed or why it didn't change. Okay? Anyone have any questions? We'll be walking around just in case you need any help, okay? Okay, you guys go ahead and start the way.
How many are in there? Hold your packet over. So you gotta go to the next page. Write it down. That's some heavy there. How many fives? Take one out.
Are there areas that can
Take out the big one or the little
Yeah.
These are all it's a pancake. Okay, all of
Best way is to put it in the journal.
so you these separate. 51 grams. Then you add up how many are that's in this one. Add these up for you'll add 20 up. And ours was 50. 10 more. No, 30 plus 10 is 40 plus 10 is that. We just drew a square. So then what you're going to do is leaving it down and you're going to take this up like that. Oh yeah, make sure I write it down. How do you think you can change it so it'll weigh more? And then put it back in there. And it's not here. You're going to draw a flat plate. So after you change it, it's all in the back. Draw how many grams.
Yeah.
This you're going to draw 4. So if that's too much, ball here. Which one? Yeah, all here. Okay. This is a 4.
Yeah, we're just coming on compensation operation. Yeah.
So you're going to drop ball. We have 1. We have 6. And then a pancake here. That's what you did. Okay, and does it weigh the same? Check. Is it still like that? Perfect. Okay. Okay. Perfect. And you're going to put
All of them but 10.
26.
In the wall. 11.
He's making. I'm going to show you making. Let's be honest. Just draw your tongue. 49. And then we'll connect them. Then we'll connect them. Okay. So then it weighs the same. So how many grams is this weigh? How many grams is this weigh? That's 51 in here. Yep. Grams after 51. And why do you think it's much better? Yeah, so that way you leave it in. And then think about just put in the ones that we use. So put those in one side. We should do something here. It's being developed by this is one more. I'm taking the water down.
Just dump it in here.
I'm not going to do it.
Drop things right. I know. After we change the shape of this.
Those, oh, look what we did. We just connected them. It's going to be more.
Or if you take shape.
So yeah, drop it there. Just here. Okay. too much. And then, oh, there you go. That's still rocking. It's about even.
You gotta be the.
And that's 1 gram.
Wow. 1 gram.
So, that's 1 gram. That's what we did. We added the 20, and we added the 5, and we added the 10. Why do you think they changed their value? 15. Oh my god. Okay, what's next? Because once your things go off subtraction, I'll mess it up. Okay, grab it. Put this in there. Small. Okay, so that was. Yeah, you can shake it whatever you want. Oops, careful. This might actually be even. This might actually be even. You know, detail. Wait. Look at the change. Is there anything else you could do? Yeah, that would be change for about 1 gram. For 1 gram. Play-Doh didn't change. No, this is way too much. Maybe I squished it too much. I called it. What did we? I think that's 23. 23. Okay. Yeah, someone's on. Everybody. That's it. Ours is a little off. Can you get the glass? Which one you want first? Well, the way we're and make sure when you take those out, you have to go back and get out the no, just throw the whole thing in there. You're going to jump that. You're going to say pump down. No one knows. On the back. 1 gram can change everything. You got some.
It's for the lumber that way. It's at a gram.
Big bottle.
How many grams?
23.
I think this is probably like 5. This with the 20 blocks is not way that much.
How'd you have it?
We just had the bag. Yeah.
How do we change the mixing?
He had them all.
At a gram.
It looks like a cone. Are you guys done? L and 2 squares. Yeah, basically.
We got 3 more minutes.
Okay.
That's it. 10. If you're done, put all your materials back in your bag.
Feel like a chair.
Oh, crap, that's hard.
You can't change it no matter what. Even though I take one out, I can't change it.
Now it looks kind of like a fridge.
You guys need that? Yes, it is. This is change.
I have no more.
Not trees. Oh my god, that's not out. Fine. It is the same match.
Let's see. Yeah, Dude. I just need to. You guys finished? Almost? Yeah, okay, not yet. So if you're to finish, put all your stuff back in your bags and then back in the Walmart bag. Make sure you put all your grand pieces back in here. If you're done, bring your scale back over here too. Your balance. Your balance? Taking the scale. Let's try that again. Let's try it again. Okay. Macaroni and cheese. Okay, if you haven't already, package your materials and put them back in an even if you're not done. Our part clears for here. I must have.
It's 11. 25, 6.
You had a pretty sure.
Okay, we're done. It makes no difference. Alright, I'll go ahead. Thank you. Don't mix
Okay, back around your seats. Okay, everyone back to your seats. Turn around and take a look front. Now we're going to share our answers and kind of give an idea of if they changed or if they stayed the same. Okay, so first we're going to start with blocks. Who can raise their hand and share with their block? Okay, so you first.
It was 35 grams.
Everybody should be on their sheet with the chart on it.
Okay. Okay. And then how did you change the shape? If you don't have this block, then you need to write it in while we're going over. You need to figure your answer out. But if you guys have different answers, it's okay.
I drew like blocks and how many grams.
Okay. And then how many grams after? 5? Okay. And then, so it did not change. Why do you think it didn't change?
Because it changed because really if you flatten it like with just a whole bunch of blocks, same thing if you just put them together, put them together.
Okay.
Did anybody have theirs changed? Did anybody have a different grams before and grams after? Okay, but just for blocks, right?
Yeah. Oh.
You had a different one for blocks?
After it's been 25.
Okay, what do you guys think could have happened in their experiment? Do you think that their blocks really weighed more after than they did before? What do you think might have happened? Think about a science experiment.
I think it happened because of the way we put it together.
Maybe. What else could have happened?
The air pressure in the bag was different since they had to open it to change the block.
Maybe. What else?
Maybe it was the way it was in
The blocks.
on the scale. Yeah, on the scale.
Okay. What else? As scientists, can we make mistakes while we're experimenting?
Yes.
What could have happened? Yeah, if they lost a block, if there was a block on the floor, what else could have happened?
You could have forgotten a block.
Yep, that if they lost a block. What else could have happened though?
They maybe the weight was distributed, so the scale thought that it was different.
Maybe, yeah. I know that some of you guys, when you guys were taking your blocks out of the scale, one of your buckets kind of got moved out of the place that it was sitting, and that will really change how something weighs. So do we think that their blocks really weighed more after, or do we think that it was more likely that they made an accidental scientific error?
Well, you get the same box in it,
Okay.
but then it just moved out of it, so then.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so thumbs up if you agree that it might have been some scientific error. If you don't have your thumbs up, what do you think happened then? What do you think happened? If it wasn't scientific error, what do you think happened? Don't know.
I guess it's the same mass.
That's what
I just say that.
They just have the same.
Okay, so if you, thumbs up if you agree that they probably made a scientific error, that the blocks didn't really change, that it was just a scientific error. If you think it's the same mass, and that they just made a mistake, then your thumb should be up in the air.
That's what I say.
Alright, next for Play-Doh. Who would like to share their results? Okay?
The Play-Doh was 48 grams
Okay.
when it was flat,
Mm-hmm.
and then when we rolled it up into a ball, it was 42 grams. Is what it said.
Why do you think it changed?
Yep, let's weigh it again.
Did you weigh it with the bag both times?
Oh.
Oh, okay. Well, don't you, wouldn't the bag have added more weight to the object? Could it have?
Yeah.
Yeah, so could that be why it weighed more
Yeah.
before, and then when they didn't weigh with the bag, it weighed less?
No, we did.
You did? Oh, okay. Let's try it.
Yeah, let's try it. We can use our scale. I don't have to do it. Okay, so do you start with a ball? Okay, so make it flat. And we want to make sure we have the bag on it.
Everyone, look up here.
If you can't see right now, you should be standing. We want you to be able to see. This one might be a little bit different. If you can't see, you can come up here a little bit. You can walk over closer. In the back, can you guys see?
Yeah, I can see right through the crack of these people.
I don't believe so. I can see. Okay. Okay. So a little bit heavy, so add one more. Oh, not a little. I don't think yeah, that's too much.
One gram makes a difference.
It does. Your Play-Doh might have weighed a little bit different, but it should be all about 50 grams.
Okay, so what do we see?
Is it the same thing? Was that flat down? Add one instead. Okay, is that good now? Almost? Oh, yeah, that's good, that's good.
Even Steven.
Okay, so now let's see. How did you do it after? Okay, so roll it up.
I said so.
Okay, put it back on there.
He has to be there. Anagram!
Much heavier with more. How many are in there?
The same amount. So what do we think? Do we think scientific error might have happened again?
Yeah.
How many are in there?
It was, well, it was, I mean, hers was 52. Okay.
Ours was 51.
That's okay. It might be a little bit different, but as long as they're the same before and after.
And why do we think it didn't change? Anyone share? Is it the same?
So if yours was different, let's just decide that that was scientific error. So everybody should have the same for Play-Doh. So if yours was different, please change it to be the same. Whatever yours was before should be the same for after. So you need to change yours for 25.
Well, I'll first off 22.
Okay. Now, how about this front group? Can we have you guys share for play? What you guys got?
I'll let you
Good. You guys can share.
I think I got a question.
Oh, okay.
You want to share?
You want to share what you guys got? Questions? No? Can you share?
I share. Oh, shit.
Hold on. What'd you get? Hold on. She's gonna share.
Play got 22 grams when it was in a ball.
Okay.
Like a donut?
Yeah, like a donut shape. And then it's
So she got the same gram before and after. Change and why?
because the reason it doesn't change is because you're not adding anything or like adding any clay or taking away any clay, so it's still going to be the same because it's the same mass.
Okay. Everyone agree that we're not adding or taking away, so that is why it would be the same. Ready? No.
Yeah. Who wants to like develop, who wants to share their data for the paper? Go ahead, Caleb.
In the beginning it was 24 grams.
Okay, and if you guys didn't get to paper, you can go ahead and copy down what we write up here.
Whoa. Go ahead.
And it was in kind of a U shape. And after it was 24 grams and kind of in the teardrop shape.
Alright, so why? Why do you think it didn't change?
It's the same exact mass.
Okay. Yep.
Our first one is 13 for
5 minutes. So turn your page, tack it over to the last page. So we're typing your data.
Great. Or do some
But then it was still 13. And then we put it in like
And then what?
Something to do with math? What happened?
Even though they're out of block, when we add a block, you could still be 13.
The same.
Yeah.
Perfect.
If you add like another 2 blocks, it was still
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you guys a second to copy that because I'm so hard to catch it.
I think everybody. Okay, so everybody should have their facts on the last page. For the pioneers, everybody should have looked here. Everybody should have their packet open. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to answer that investigation question. Can somebody tell me what the investigation question was? It's on the front of your packet if you forgot. Perfect. So does changing an object's shape change its weight? So now, what do you guys think? After we did that investigation, what do you guys think? It does not. Okay. Why? You got it.
I think it actually doesn't always change the shape, but
Okay.
it does change the way of it it's still that no matter what you do to it, it still has that much of it in it.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so everybody's going to fill out their last page. You're going to say your claim. I think changing an object's shape blank. Does change its weight, does not change its weight. So after what we just did in the investigation, do you think that it does change the weight or it does not. And then under that, you're going to write evidence. So you can use the evidence that we just found when you guys were doing up your materials, because the Play-Doh weighed the same before and after, because the blocks didn't weigh the same before and after. If you can wait a minute for number 4, if you don't know yet. Okay, who would like to share the first part, their claim? The part where it says does or does, where you wrote it does or does not. Jesus? Does not. Okay? Who else? Thumbs up if you agree that it does not change its weight. Okay, and what was your evidence? What was your evidence?
But not change because of mass.
Okay, what about the mass? What did you see? What did you see? Your evidence should be something that you saw or did today to prove that it does not change. Does anybody have something they saw with their eyes? Caleb?
We didn't take anything away or give it.
Okay, what was something that you saw? How do you know?
Let's take an example. So I say, I think that it is like a nice day outside today. And I could tell because I can see outside the windows that it's sunny. It's windy. It looks like I want to be out there. So obviously it's a nice day. That's my observation, that it's sunny outside. Okay? So can someone do an observation like that based on what we got on your day? For your observations.
So you're not incorrect, it's just not what you saw. Does that make sense? Okay.
I saw the scale today, which is mass.
Okay, so the scale was the same before and after. And for what item are you talking about? Big one. The clay. Okay, so you're saying the scale showed that the clay weighed the same before and after. And how much did your clay weigh? 20 grams. So in your evidence, you're going to write the clay weighed 20 grams before and 20 grams after. So that is your evidence. Okay? You want to write that down? Not on that part, in the last part. So under where your evidence is. Yep, there you go. So the clay weighed 20 grams before and 20 grams after. I think everybody's going to have to change theirs. So you're going to need to say, this item weighed this much before and this much after, and that's how I know. So pick one of your items and write how much it weighed before and how much it weighed after.